Hello and welcome back to Outside Views. Today we're discussing a topic that affects thousands of Britons living in France: the renewal of French Brexit residency cards. This seemingly mundane administrative process offers a window into the lingering effects of Brexit on the lives of ordinary people. We'll explore the history behind these cards, the challenges of the renewal process, and the broader implications for UK-EU relations. So let's get started. When the Brexit referendum took place in 2016, the fate of British citizens living in EU countries became one of the most uncertain and contentious issues. Prior to Brexit, Britons enjoyed the rights of free movement, allowing them to live, work and retire anywhere in the EU without restrictions. This was a cornerstone of EU membership, and for many Britons, it became a way of life. The withdrawal agreement finalized in 2020 aimed to protect these rights for those who were already residing in EU countries before the end of the transition period. In France, this led to the introduction of the Brexit withdrawal agreement residency cards. These cards granted British residents the right to stay in France with many of the same protections they had before Brexit. However, the cards were issued with varying durations depending on how long the individual had lived in France. For those who had lived in France for less than 5 years, the cards were valid for 5 years. And those who had been residents for more than 5 years could apply for a 10-year permanent stay card. Now, as we approach 2025, the first wave of these 5-year cards is up for renewal. And so, what does the renewal process entail? According to French officials, renewing the 5-year card should be relatively straightforward. Holders will be eligible to upgrade to a 10-year permanent stay card, which offers additional flexibility, such as the ability to leave France for up to 5 years without losing residency rights. Unlike other residency card renewals, there is no fee for this upgrade. That's a notable relief for applicants. The French Interior Ministry advises applicants to begin the renewal process 2 to 3 months before their existing card expires, and the required documents are minimal: the original residency card, a valid British passport, and 3 passport-style photographs. This simplicity reflects the French government's efforts to ease the administrative burden for Britons who were living in France before Brexit. However, the process is not without its challenges. When the original cards were issued, applications were handled through an online portal, followed by a visit to the local prefecture to collect the card. Since that portal has been closed, all residency card formalities now require an in-person visit to the prefecture. This can be inconvenient, particularly for those living in rural areas or facing mobility issues. There are also uncertainties surrounding early applications. Technically, the withdrawal agreement allows residents to apply for a permanent stay card after 5 years in their host country. But in practice, prefectures may be reluctant to process such applications before the expiration of the initial 5-year card. And this could lead to confusion and delays for some applicants. The renewal of these cards is more than just an administrative task. It's a symbol of the ongoing complexities of Brexit. For many Britons in France, the initial application process in 2020 was a stressful experience, marked by uncertainty about their future rights. While the French government's approach was generally praised for its efficiency and fairness, the need for renewals highlights the temporary nature of these arrangements. It's also worth noting that the Brexit withdrawal agreement only applies to those who were already living in the EU before the end of the transition period. For Britons who moved to France after Brexit, the process of obtaining residency is far more complex and costly, involving stricter requirements and higher fees. This two-tier system underscores the broader impact of Brexit on mobility and opportunity for UK citizens. The renewal process also raises questions about the future. While the 10-year card offers greater stability, it's not indefinite. Holders will eventually need to renew it again, perpetuating the administrative cycle. Additionally, maintaining residency rights requires compliance with specific conditions, such as notifying authorities if you plan to leave France for an extended period. Failure to do so could result in the loss of residency rights, adding another layer of complexity for long-term residents. And this brings us to the broader implications for UK-EU relations. The residency card issue is a microcosm of the challenges faced by individuals caught in the fallout of Brexit. It highlights the limitations of the withdrawal agreement and the ongoing administrative hurdles that have become a reality for Britons living in Europe and vice versa. Historically, the right to free movement was one of the most tangible benefits of EU membership for UK citizens. Brexit has not only curtailed this right, but also created new barriers for those who had already established lives in EU countries. The residency card renewal process is a reminder of what has been lost and the additional burdens now faced by ordinary people. For the UK government, the plight of Britons abroad has often taken a backseat in Brexit negotiations. The focus has largely been on trade and sovereignty, with less attention paid to human impact of these decisions. And this neglect has left many Britons feeling abandoned, reliant on the goodwill of individual EU countries to protect their rights. France's relatively straightforward approach to residency cards contrasts sharply with the more restrictive policies of some other EU countries. And it serves as a reminder that the experiences of Britons abroad vary widely depending on their host country. So much about sovereignty. And this inconsistency adds to the uncertainty and frustration faced by those navigating the post-Brexit landscape. But what can be done to improve the situation? Well, first, there needs to be greater communication and clarity from both the UK and EU authorities about the residency process. Clear guidelines and consistent implementation can help reduce confusion and delays for applicants. And second, the UK government should prioritize the rights of its citizens living abroad in future discussions with the EU. And this includes advocating for streamlined residency procedures and addressing issues such as healthcare access and pension portability. Finally, individuals affected by these changes must remain proactive. Staying informed about the requirements and deadlines for residency renewal is crucial to maintain their rights. Engaging with local support networks and advocacy groups can also provide valuable assistance and resources. So in conclusion, the renewal of French Brexit residency cards is a reminder of the enduring impact of Brexit on the lives of ordinary people. While the process is, as I said, relatively straightforward, it underscores the administrative burdens and uncertainties that have become a reality for Britons living in Europe. And as we all navigate this new chapter in UK-EU relations, it's essential to address these challenges with empathy and pragmatism. So thank you for watching Outside Views again, and if you found this analysis insightful, please like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below the video. And we'll be back soon with more in-depth discussions on the ongoing legacy of Brexit. Until then, take care, stay informed, and the next video is right here in the end screen.